Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. I'm Colin Jacobson. Tonight, bringing you live from Chaska Community Center a rescheduled game between the Rochester Lourdes and your Chaska Hawks on this Tuesday evening on January 16th, 2018. We'll hear the starting lineup for the Lourdes. Well, there we go. A very nice send-off from Kim Rohn with the national anthem. We're ready to go here at Chaska Community Center. The Rochester Lourdes, who are 5-8-0 and have not started their independent play, at the Chaska Hawks, who are 9-6-0 and 2-2 in the Metro West Conference. Starting in goal tonight for Rochester, senior number 30 Ryan Smith, who has a .474 goals against average and an .881 save percentage. Over on the other side of the ice, senior from Chaska, number 39, Ben Urbansis, who has a .258 goals against average and a .900 save percentage. Chaska has gotten some good news recently. First off, with the return of their 3 suspended players, Nick Olmscheid, Shane Lavelle, and Mitchell Osell, who draw back into the lineup tonight, along with a positive sign and development coming back from injury for Blaine Warner, who first skated with the team this week. He took part in warm-ups tonight and is getting ready, hopefully, for a set to return on Friday night against Bloomington Kennedy here at the Community Center. We're ready to play some hockey here. Not sure what the officials are pointing at, but here we go. Rochester in their purple and yellow, and the Hawks in their home whites. Left to right across your TV screen, we're here as it's tipped in deep by Thomas. Fletcher races after it, puts a shot on, saved by Smith as it's thrown back into the corner. Battle with on the boards. Cuss swats at it. It comes back to Bronson, who flips it in the center. There's Fletcher. Fletcher throws a hit on Kraling. It's backed and picked up by Buck. Buck gives it over. Back down to the zone. Kraling with it again. Pestered by Thomas. Kraling flips it off the wall. And Olmscheid, a returning player, at the blue line. Shot and turns it just wide. Looking past Thomas, who was not there. There's Benz. Benz goes up to the point. Barrett, shot blocked. Barrett gets it back. Another shot. Saved by Smith. 16:08 to go here in the first period. Chaska 0, Rochester Lourdes 0. Face off deep in the Lourdes zone. As the official kindly removes the center for Rochester as Hickey steps in. Olmscheid wins it to Benz. Benz will look across ice to Magnuson. Couldn't fully handle that as he's hit on the wall by Angst. Scrum down low. Olmscheid pokes it low as Carcel comes around his net, skates up the ice as he strides across his line, and he'll dump it into the Chaska zone. Magnuson back to collect. Magnuson coming up out of his zone over center ice. He takes it deep into the zone, throws it to center, no one home. Shot, Barrett. Just goes wide as it takes a weird carom to Benz behind the net where he's hit there by Morris. Kulix now picks it. Nice catch by Barrett as he loses the puck to Hickey. Hickey then throws. Now this is Morris. He tries to attempt a dump pass, but regardless, it's collected by Angst. As Lavelle now picks it up, he's pestered there. He passes off to Magnuson. Magnuson goes over. There's Lavelle. Lavelle has it. He turns back. Lavelle over to Magnuson. Magnuson, nice pass over to Kester. Kester couldn't collect it right. As he's hit, he steers that away. And the Rochester Lourdes captain picks up the puck as he tries to put a move on Starkey. As Newman throws Starkey down into the corner. As Kester's back there, takes a cross-check from Hoffbauer. Rochester comes out with it, up to the point, shot. Just goes wide. As that comes over to Kraling. Kraling, a shot. Saved by Urbansis. As he turns that away, as the puck comes all the way out of the zone, and it's tipped up. Rochester tries to throw it in deep. Shot goes wide by Newman. Kester picks it up in the corner, pokes it over McDonald. McDonald pokes it again. As Lavelle flips it out, it's stopped there by Buck. Here comes Lavelle as it's poked away from him, and it's recollected and dumped in by the other co-captain, Jared Anderson. Kester behind his own net stops, waits for reinforcements. Passes over, just a little too in front of Thomas. That'll go down for an icing. 13:57 to go here in the first period. We are knotted at 0. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Lenzen Chevrolet Buick of Chaska, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab. Face off down deep. It's taken by Magnuson. Magnuson. The clock. I was notified by Taylor that the clock had not started, but it's all good now. It is taken out of the zone. Oh, it's still stopped. The clock has not started yet. Nobody else notices it, but we did. Great pickup there. There's Cuss. There's Fletcher. Fletcher turns around, puts the moves on, and he throws it on goal. And a save there by Smith. That whole altercation there, the clock did not go. 13:24. Correct timing should be 13:24, but hey, we'll get a little extra game time tonight. As we have a face-off down in the Rochester zone. See if they start the clock this time. Benz loses the face-off. There's Albrecht. He's hit hard into the corner as Newman comes up with it on the wall. Gets the Olmshad. Olmshad shot just goes wide as he pulls the backhand. As it's thrown all the way down the length of the ice by Anderson, and that'll go for an icing against Rochester. That faceoff's lost by Olmshad as Carcel goes behind his own net, stops. Benz takes it away. Carcel recollects. He falls down. He gets it up to Hoffbauer. Hoffbauer out. And Anderson couldn't get it cleanly. As it sounds like there's a whistle, but no whistle. I thought I heard a whistle, as that's a shot saved by Urbantis. Kessler loses it as it's dumped back in deep. Newman. Barrett on Newman. Puts his move on him. Kessler now has it as he turns away. There we go. Nice pass by Kester up to Benz. Benz, a shot on save there by Smith. As it's thrown all the way down the length of the ice again, we have another icing against Rochester. 12:58 to go here in the first period. We are still deadlocked at 0. A little bit of side-to-side play. One over to Magnuson. Magnuson couldn't get it in the zone to Bronson. Bronson looks. He wants to find Magnuson again. He does. Magnuson across the center of the ice. He looks. He gives it back to his defensive partner, Bronson. Chaska trying to break it out here as Magnuson again. He puts a nice little move on. Second move as he avoids the hit. And Chaska will be offside. Pitlick jumped a little early. We'll have a face-off in front of the Rochester bench. Rochester very low on numbers tonight as the flu hit them hard. Sounds like Chaska a few weeks ago, but Chaska now pretty much back to full strength, which is good news for Hashka. As Pitlick gets one in here in the zone, a shot just goes wide of that right post. Bronson a shot on the ice, saved by Smith, turned away into the corner. Pitlick can't gather that. Morris throws it out. There, Pitlick back with the puck again. He dishes it. Oh, they're running into each other there. Krayling, and that's Hickey who dumps it into the zone. Bronson behind his net, drops it down to Starkey. Starkey looks, throws it. It bounces off of Pitlick into the middle zone, and at the Hawk, it's dumped back in deep where Starkey gloves it down. Doesn't like what he sees, so he turns back and gives it to Bronson. Bronson with a little bit of speed finds Lavelle. Lavelle drops. There's Starkey. He throws it back out, and somehow Lavelle is able to recollect, but he tries to dangle in and loses it. Over across the Hawk, Lavelle with speed. He comes in. Shot. Just goes wide again. Chaska having trouble sending the net early here. Kester puts a little move, but loses it, ultimately. And it's back up the other way by Anderson. Anderson, a shot blocked there by Starkey into the corner. Co-captain Newman loses it to Kester. Kester in front of his own net, passes it off to Lavelle. Lavelle looks to find Cuss. He does. Gets ahead of him, though. And Carcel, the other co-captain, comes it back out. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty here against Chaska. Keith Fletcher will go to the box. Not sure what the sign is. He's going to get a rough. That is his 32nd penalty minute. Or this will be his 32nd penalty minutes of the year. Keith Fletcher, no stranger to the penalty box. Gets one here. as the 16.3% power play for Rochester will take the ice up against the 76.4% penalty kill for Chaska. Smith elects to play it as it's thrown back over to Newman. Newman deep in the zone. Newman with it. Thrown side. Shot. Just goes wide again. That may have been tipped. Anderson. Over to Carcel. Back to Anderson. Loses it. Can't have it. There's Carcel. Shot. Saved by Urbansis right into the breadbasket. 1:23 to go here in this power play. 0-0 matchup we have. Deep in the Chaska zone. Ravel waits the faceoff. He eventually wins it. There's Barrett. Barrett puts a little move on. Can't really get that. There's Newman. The shot blocked there by Kulix. Bronson throws it around. There's Newman. Newman. And he gets it back. Newman throws it down low. Back up to Carcel. Carcel shot. Deflected wide. Barrett tries to get over. Carcel with it. Stutters. It's Lavelle to walk. Shot. Nice save there. The blocker over Bansis. May have gone off his arm. Here comes Kulix. Kulix with speed up against Carcel. Does not win that battle. As Lavelle takes a dump. So does the ref at the blue line. Errant pass there as it's picked up by Kulix. Kulix with all the time. He gives it to Bronson. Bronson waits. Chaska is making a change, and Bronson will fire at the length of the ice. On net. Save had to be made by Smith. As puck squirts out. There is Kraling. Kraling dumps it off to Morris, who gives to Angst. Angst is hit hard by Kester. Starkey behind the net throws it over to Kester. There's Angst with it. It bounces out in front of the Chaska net. Poke check by Bansis. Comes out. Save. Nice save there by Bansis, sprawling after that poke check. Shot. Score! Colton Swede puts Rochester on the board right after the power play expires as the puck squirts out in front of the crease, and he puts one over the blocker, glove side of Urbansis. 9:07 left here in the first period. For all your vehicle sales and service needs, come to Lenzen Chevrolet Buick, a family-owned business proud to be serving the Chaska area for the past 3 years. Now let's see how Chaska responds here. Pitlick turns away. He gives over to Kester. Kester drops for Pitlick with speed as it's poked away by Newman. Newman turns away from the Kester. Plays Kester hard, and he dumps down to Anderson. Anderson tries to cycle again. That's Hoffbauer behind the net. He whiffs on it. There's Kester. Kester gives the Pitlick, and a shot saved by Urbansis. As Anderson looks to throw it deep. Centering attempt, no good. As now it's picked up, and Chaska's got 3-on-2. They have numbers going forward. Pitlick finds Kester. Kester saved by Smith. Shot. Oh, that was an acrobatic second save there by Smith as the rebound came out to Pitlick. Kuss, shot, skate save. Oh, what a defensive play there by the defenseman as he may have gotten a stick on it. Keep that puck out of the back of the net. Chaska threatening here after giving up the first goal. 8:19 to go here in the first period. Deep in the Rochester zone. Chaska with a few good opportunities after the goal. Kuss, the faceoff is lost to Morris. But Thomas comes away with it, gives it to his defenseman Barrett, a drive. It looks like it may have been tipped up front, gone wide. Magnuson holds as Angst is battling on the wall. He gets it out, but no. Kuss keeps it in. A nice little move by Thomas, who's hit hard. Kuss again, tries to center it over to Barrett, loses it, and it's thrown back out by Hickey to Magnuson. Magnuson puts a little air under that pass to Barrett. Barrett returns to Magnuson, and Magnuson with a full set of steam up the ice. Nice move at the blue line, but loses it. The clearing attempt was no good as Magnuson back on it. Shot, save, point blank there on Kuss by Smith. It's carelessly thrown back in front of the net, and it's lifted back out, but Magnuson could not keep. Here's Angst. Shot on, blocker save by Urbantis, goes up right in front of the crease, and Angst puts a hit on Magnuson. Barrett spins away from a hit. Cuss will pick up. Could not be held there, as Osell gets bodied on the wall. Shot just goes off the side of the net there. Shot by Swede, the goal scorer. Magnuson puts a hit on Good. Here's Fitzpatrick, who's hit by Barrett. There's Cuss, who spins away from a hit by Swede. It's thrown over the wall. Osell picks it up. He throws it in the middle. Turnover at the blue line there. But Chaska recollects. Cuss with it as he'll dump it deep down in, and that'll go for icing. Just shy of the blue line, or red line, excuse me. Chaska takes an icing penalty as they were running around a little bit in the zone. 6:39 to go here in the first period. Rochester 1, Chaska 0. Above and Beyond Marketing. Do you get above and beyond service at a low price from your ad agency? Learn more. Visit aboveandbeyondmarketing.com. Shot right off the draws. Blocked there by Bronson as it's picked up by Newman. Kulix comes away with it. Gives to Bronson. Bronson throws on the brakes. Skates to the middle. Bronson elects to skate it himself over the logo. Bronson in. Shot. Glove down awkwardly by Smith. Regardless, nice play by Bronson to go coast to coast, but no luck there. As Smith keeps it a 1-0 game. I apologize if the feed isn't exactly up to needs. It's a little bit shaky with the stands here and people walking. Bronson a shot, flustered and gloved down by Smith. Olmscheid loses the draw, and Carsell goes behind his net, tries to flip it off the boards. It's held in, a shot whiffed on by Olmscheid. It's thrown over just ahead of Hoffbauer as Carsell holds. He's hit hard by Kester. Bronson flips it off the boards. There's Kulix. He gets it out, but it's thrown back in deep to the Chaska zone by Carsell. Seems like these three co-captains for Rochester never leave the ice as they continuously keep making plays. Olmscheid puck flipped up. Newman comes away with it as he spins back, looks towards his defenseman, ends up carelessly throwing it down past Kester, and that'll go for an icing. .5:26 to go here in the first period. McDonald loses the faceoff, and Kraling throw it behind his net to his partner as Pitlick cancels out the clearing attempt by Buck, and it goes up into the netting. The puck should come out because it went off the stick of Pitlick, and it will come out. Initially, the faceoff had been set down into the zone, but the linesman comes over and tells the official. Face-off one, over to Magnuson. He surveys, looks, not sure what he can find. He ends up dumping it on goal. Bouncing puck saved by Smith. McDonald in there first. Lavelle, the centering attempt bounced off the back of the net as Magnuson holds. There's McDonald again, who gives to Magnuson. Magnuson shot saved by Smith in front of the net. Saves the rebound, and it appears to be stuck on the back of the netting. So we'll have a face-off in the Rochester zone. Chaska competes a line change and will kick off his face-off as pass is intercepted by Lavelle. He makes a move past his own player on the blue line with speed. He comes in, takes a huge hack. No call. Here comes Anderson. Anderson Offside. Hofbauer got a little too excited. Lavelle takes a huge slash and a no call there, as he was making something work with his speed. Face off at the Chaska side of their blue line. Won by Cuss. Kester turns back. Passes over to Barrett. Barrett back to Kester. Kester off the wall. As it's dumped back in deep, Urbance is forced to make a save. That was Albrecht on the dump. Kester passes over. Too far for Thomas as it's shot. Ooh, it's tipped in front and just goes wide. Kester goes behind the net. Barrett throws on the brakes and gives to Kester. Kester using the net again. He comes out through the middle. Nice little move. Another one. He dumps in. Thomas, the first on that puck in the Rochester zone. Kester again with it. His centering pass is blocked down by Newman. Cuss comes up with it in the corner. Behind the back pass to Thomas, who gives up to Barrett. Barrett, and a drive. Blocked down, shot, saved by Smith. As that puck squirted out after it was blocked initially. And Smith says no. Chaska throwing everything they've got at the net, but Smith continues to say no. This Rochester team defeated Chaska last year in overtime. I believe the score was 4-3. Rochester coaches telling some of their players to get off the ice. You can't play with more than 5, but you take every competitive advantage you get. Bronson elects to put it down behind the net as it's ringed around. Starkey says no on the wall. He throws a hit on Kraling. That's Angst. Angst gives back to Kraling. Kraling bounces awkwardly, but it comes up. Bronson unable to hold. There's Morris trying to make a move, but he dumps it in, and the linesman says no for an icing. Bronson again on the wall. This clearing attempt no good. He holds up Morris. Bronson on Morris. He ends up hitting him, and that pass comes out of the zone. Rochester tries to catch Chaska changing, does not work. Ben's able to poke it down to Magnuson, who skates up out of his zone, gives to Kester. Kester stops. McDonald is able to get it in deep. There's Newman again. Newman hard hit on Thomas. It squirts out in front to Swee. Swee whiffs on a pass. Lavelle's got it. Lavelle tries to make a move. That's turned over. Here comes Newman. Newman loses it. Chaska swarming around here. Magnuson. It's a matter of time before Chaska scores, I think. McDonald picks up the puck. He gives to Pitlick as it's shuffled out to Kester on his blue line shot. That's blocked by Newman. Kester doesn't know where it was. Doesn't matter. Ended up being offside. A minute 25 to go here in the first period. Rochester 1, Chaska 0. St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab is your number one stop for all orthopedic rehab needs. Conveniently located in the Chaska Community Center. Call 952-428-1250 to set up an appointment today. Cuss wins the draw to Magnuson. Kester surveys. He drops to Magnuson as he was pressured. Magnuson shakes off Anderson. A nice move again there on Hofbauer as Thomas is tripped and Chaska will go to the power play. Chaska's first power play of the night. They come into this game with a 26% power play rating. And Rochester comes into this contest with a 72.5% penalty kill. Pitlick loses the face-off. to Anderson. But Kester's able to get it back. He goes to Barrett. Barrett, Magnuson. Barrett. Looks, Magnuson. Newman off the penalty for tripping. Here's Barrett. He throws on the brakes. Magnuson walks. Shot. Goes high. There's Pitlick. Pitlick. Shot. What a save by Smith. He's... No! The ref's going to cancel that one out because of a high stick. It did not look high from here. That was a beautiful hand-eye coordination by Kester, who took the sprawling save of Smith, of the puck bouncing up to be hit back in, out of the air. Coach Snuggerud wants an explanation. The ref was right there to call it off right away. Chaska may have been robbed of a goal. Only thing I can think of is if he started his stick higher than where he hit the puck, then that can be canceled off for a high sticking goal. If he would have kept his stick below goalpost length and then hit it in, that would have been fine. That's the only thing I can think of. We may have to take a look at it during the break. Tell you what we think. Regardless, puck stays out and then as it face off down deep in the Chaska zone as Magnuson leads the rush up. He gives to Barrett. Barrett goes on the brakes there. There's Angst. He comes up with it again. Down to Pitlick. Pitlick across to Kester. Kester. Shot goes wide. Here's Magnuson again. Magnuson gives to Pitlick. Pitlick waits. Moves in. Fakes. Behind the opponent net. He's looking for Barrett. Bends to Magnuson. Back to Benz. Chaska running out of time here in the period. Benz again. Down low to Pitlick between his legs over. Magnuson tries to go between the legs there as it's a partial break here by Hofbauer, who's canceled out by Kester. Nice defensive play there. Back checking to get back by the Hawks. Keep this a one-goal game. Kester with it again as the clock will run out on the first period. Kester not happy with the no-goal call. Throws it in deep. And Snuggerud still wants an explanation about the goal. End of the first period. Rochester leads Chaska 1-0. Chaska will have 28 seconds left on the power play as we start the second. We'll be back in a little bit on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. I'm Colin Jacobson on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network with my partner, Taylor Hansen. We're coming to you live from the Chaska Community Center on this chilly Tuesday night on January 16th, 2018. Chaska down 1 after 2. Before the end of the first period, they had an opportunity that was taken away due to a high stick. The first period, shots on goal for Rochester 8. Chaska had 10. Chaska will be starting off on the power play here in the second period with 28 seconds to go on Luke Newman's tripping penalty. Chaska looks to carry over some of their momentum from late in the first period. That spurred some pretty good opportunities. Here we go. Second period of action is underway. Once again, Chaska in their home whites and Rochester in their away purple and yellows. Moving left to right across your TV screen. Thanks for joining us tonight. Bronson's pass too far ahead of Benz as it's thrown back in. And here's Kraling, who will dump it in deep again. Kulix behind his own goal. He starts a full head of steam ahead. Kulix, as that's just shaken off. There. Somehow, Hofbauer gets in behind Starkey. Hofbauer centers it. Nobody home, and Urbansis will cover. He senses trouble, so he will end all that. 16-10 left to go in the second period. Now we got the clock going still. So earlier we didn't have the clock. There we go, it stops. Earlier the clock didn't start, now we got the clock going again. Shot. That's blocked out in front by the skate of Magnuson, so it goes over Urbansis. Here's Pitlick. Pitlick shakes off the defender. He looks, centers it to Magnuson, a shot. Glove down. Score! Smith had it in his glove, but Magnuson finds the back of the twine and ties up this hockey game. Smith aggressively tried to make the highlight reel save, caught it, and when he threw it down, it went behind him into the back of the net. A mistake he will not make again. Smith has had some early swagger, though, from the first period, making some pretty key saves for Rochester. Regardless, the Hawks tie it. There you have it from the PA announcer, Greg Anderson, officially Magnuson from Pitlick, and we got a tie hockey game. As Anderson comes across the blue line, fired and turned away by Urbansis. As the centering pass squirts out to Shane Lavelle, the sophomore committed to Wisconsin. He passes over to Barrett. Barrett, shot right in the chest, bobbled by Smith, and he makes a save as Fletcher's in there right away. Smith now complaining to the official about Fletcher, and he's not going to change his mind about the no call. Here we go, 14:34, 8 left here in the second. Face-off won by Cuss as it's thrown on net and turned away by Smith. Squirts out to Brumley, who go behind his goal to Kraling. Kraling loses the puck, but somehow ends up finding Swee. Hawks forecheck working here as Barrett is hits there, puts a hit there, and Brumley carelessly throws a centering pass up into the air out in front of his net, but somehow they come up with it to Swee. Swee's shot just goes over the glove of Urbansis. Brumley back into the zone. Barrett spins behind his own net, and he'll shovel it off the wall. Cuss couldn't collect. He makes a nice defensive play there to take away that opportunity as Bronson comes over his blue line and shakes off the defender. Bronson, a shot on. Blocker save up into the netting by Smith. Officially some life back in the building after that Chaska goal.
Hey guys, high school dance. I was in it.
Kester's sending pass turned aside by Newman, who goes behind his own net, puts on a couple moves, and he finds Anderson. Anderson in on a break. Shot, saved by Urbansis. Kester, a long pass, tipped down by Kulix. Could not tip it in the zone as it's thrown by Albrecht to Benz. Benz shot off a skate and goes into the corner. With speed, Carcel puts a move on Kester, held up a little bit there. Into the zone, Kester throws a hit on. Urbansis attempts to make a save. Starkey's thrown into Urbansis. Shot whiffed on. Into the front, trying to picking up a stick, and there's going to be a penalty here on Starkey. I think he's going to go for a hook. Or it's going to be both of them. While Hopbauer was trying to pick up his stick, Starkey came in. And maybe we're just getting a penalty on Hopbauer. All right. I thought that was a hook on Starkey, but I was wrong there. Hopbauer is going to go for roughing here with 12:56 to go here in the second period. Chaska is on the power play again. Are they 1-for-1 in the power play? Face-off 1 to Barrett. He gives to his partner Magnuson. Gives it down and returns it from Benz. Back to Benz. Benz walks in. Goes low to Pitlick. Centering attempt, no good, and that goes to Hickey. Will throw it all the way down the length of the ice. Urbancis is there to give it to Magnuson. Magnuson sets up behind his own goal. He'll give to Benz. Barrett over his blue line, drops to Pitlick. Pitlick's centering attempt goes wide, and it's thrown down the length of the ice again by Kraling. Urbancis waits for it behind his net again. Kester now. Chaska makes some personnel changes. Shovels it over to Magnuson, who moves through the middle. He finds Kester. Kester walks in. Kester looking to shoot. He curls back. Kester at the blue line. Bends, stops, takes a hack from Newman. Pitlick with it now. Here's Magnuson to Barrett. Barrett to Magnuson. Chaska trying to find a shooting lane. Here's Kester. Kester gives to Barrett. Magnuson walks in. Center of the net. Oh, it just goes wide, that shot. As it's Magnuson again. Barrett lifts it up to Magnuson, who gets it back. Shot. Throws off the defender. Here's Benz up the top of the circle. He gets it back. He gives to Pitlick. No lanes to shoot for Chaska. Barrett. Drive. High. Here's Magnuson on the blue line. 14 seconds to go here in the power play for Chaska. You gotta be aware of the box. Benz is passed. Finds Pitlick. Pitlick with speed. Walks around. Centers it. Oh, nice save by Smith. As it's popped out. Rochester's got 2 men on, and that's Newman. Newman tries to center it. Nice defensive play by Magnuson to steer that behind the net. As Barrett's hit hard by Hothbauer, who just came out of the penalty box. Magnuson's pass goes up and finds the glove of Carcel, who will dump it back deep into the Chaska zone. Barrett on again with Morris. Looking at him. There's Hickey. Hickey gives it to Carcel. It's shoveled deep and scrum along the wall here. It's just thrown out. Blocker / stick save by Urbancis as he turns it aside into the corner. Carcel. He gives it back down deep to Hickey. As that goes past Hickey to Angst. Albrecht holds. Pops out to Pitlick. Pitlick shovels a backhand pass to Kester. Kester with speed looks. Finds Olmscheid, but Olmscheid's tangled up there. As it's eventually thrown behind the Rochester net. As Bronson comes over to hold. Carcel gets it and he throws it down. Save made by Urbancis, and looks like he's going to cover that one up. Are you looking for a new or a quality pre-owned vehicle? Come to Lenzen Chevrolet Buick in Chaska. Score big savings and shop local at your hometown dealer. Gotta support the hometown Chaska businesses. Kulix bursts through the middle. He tries to get it out, but he falls. There's Anderson. Anderson off the side of the goal. There's Newman over the top of the net. In front, precious opportunity there, wasted. Kraling loses it to Lavelle. Lavelle loses it a little bit. His speed comes up for that as he collects and tosses it down where Kulix is hit hard by Kraling. Puck out in front of the net. Oh, Smith's upended. And I think we're going to have a goalie interference penalty against Chaska here. Oh. Never mind my claim. It's a high stick, which Sprawl bends into Smith. So far, I'm 1 for 3 on penalties tonight. I got to be better than that. Sorry. Now 4 to go here in the second period. We're knotted at 1. Chaska to the power play. Thrown up off the glass. Bronson can't hold as it goes Bound into the Chaska corner. Lavelle stops behind his net. He's got speed. He turns on the Jets. He loses it, but he will recollect and spin back around. As he drops for Bronson. Bronson into the zone. Shot. Save there by Smith. That looked like it was in. After the save, I think it popped off a shin pad or breezer, but it looked like it was in the net. Lavelle moves. Saved by Smith as he holds. 1:15 to go in this power play. St. Francis Rehab is your number one stop for all orthopedic rehab needs. Conveniently located in the Chaska Community Center, call 952-428-1250 to set up an appointment today. Pitlick wins the faceoff to Kester. Kester gives to Barrett. Barrett settles down. He gives to Magnuson, who gives to Pitlick. Pitlick over to Benz, waiting for him. Shakes off a fake pass, and then Pitlick eventually gets it back as Barrett breaks the backside of the net. Pitlick finds Barrett just on the backhand, so he could not get a clean shot off there, so he has to give it back up to Magnuson. Benz give to Barrett. Barrett to Magnuson. There's Benz again. He has a break backdoor. Pitlick puts a move on there. Squirts out. Shot. What a save by Smith as he puts everything into that glove save. Smith's only mistake tonight was that goal. Otherwise, he's been perfect. Making some miraculous saves to keep Chaska off the board here. It could easily be a 3, 4, 5 goal game right now. But Smith has been solid in the nets. 34 seconds to go here on the power play. Olmsted will step in, as that opportunity is immediately wasted as Carcel dumps it down into the Chaska zone. Lavelle with Anderson watching. He'll spin back as Newman is on him. Spins back again. Lavelle finds Bronson. Bronson gives to Lavelle. Lavelle, the speedster he is, takes the slash. Tries to make a move at the blue line and could not go as it's thrown back in deep. As Rochester now is at full strength. Bronson tipped by Starkey. Excuse me, sorry, I was wondering why that wasn't an icing, because he tipped it at the opponent's blue line. So, as that puck shoveled out of play there by Carcel. We'll have a face-off at center ice here. Kulix wins the draw. Puts it back. Fletcher puts a hard hit on Brumley. Thomas, forechecking, ends up getting the puck to Magnuson. Magnuson jumps over the stick of Starkey as he almost gives the puck up to Rochester, but he gets it back to Fletcher. Fletcher loses it. He can't hold his zone. Starkey at the blue line. He dumps it in deep. Back behind his own goal, Buck throws it through the center of the ice all the way down. That'll be another icing against Rochester. 6:01 to go here, second period. 1-1 game. St. Francis Rehab is your number one stop for all orthopedic needs. Excuse me, that's the wrong one. Above and Beyond Marketing. Do you get above and beyond service at low price from your ad agency? Learn more. Visit aboveandbeyondmarketing.com. Once again, this is Colin Jacobson coming to you live from Chaska Community Center with my partner, Taylor Hansen, as Ryan Paul is over at the boys' basketball game. They're playing St. Louis Park tonight. The boys' basketball team having a fine season. 9-3 coming into their contest tonight. The shot saved down and pops out from Urbansis as Pitlick uses his foot to collect the puck there. Nice little move there. Pitlick gives to Lavelle with speed over the logo. Lavelle, nice move. Shot, score! Welcome back, Shane Lavelle, as he puts the Hawks up with a beautiful move that sends Smith sprawling on his back. And Chaska takes the lead for the first time tonight. Shane Lavelle, the speedy, flashy guy we all know, only takes a period and about 3/4 to find the score sheet. There's Benz as he flips it over, as he's tripped up, and we're going to have a penalty call here. Chaska, with all the momentum right now, gets a power play opportunity to increase the lead. I think I increased my amount right on the penalty calls tonight to 50% now. Hopefully I can continue making that better. Goal officially reads Lavelle from Pitlick, as we weren't ready on the face-off. It's tossed all the way deep into the Chaska zone. A good start to the kill for Rochester. Here we go for the penalty announcement. Carcel with the tripping call on Benz. This is thrown out carelessly to Magnuson. Magnuson had an opportunity to shoot, but he elects to not to. And Newman, with a nice defensive work on the blue line, pokes it out. The Chaska has to regroup. Kester. Barrett exchanges to Magnuson. Pitlick turns around. He's got Barrett. Barrett walks in the middle. Shot saved by Smith right into the breadbasket. .436 to go here, second period. 1:13 left on the Chaska power play. The face-off scrum continues on the wall. Bronson's got a whole lane to shoot. Oh, he elects to not. As it's poked, Bronson is able to recollect and turn it into the zone as it takes a weird carom off the boards. It finds McDonald. Bronson back to McDonald. McDonald to Cuss. Cuss passes over to Lavelle. Lavelle, the recent goal scorer, squeezes in a pass to Olmscheid. Olmscheid to Bronson, a one-timer. Save, pops out, and it goes into the corner. Lavelle throws it. It's kept in by Olmscheid. He throws on the brakes. Settles things down. There's Bronson. Bronson, shot, blocked off there by Buck. He looked to be in a little bit of pain after that block shot. Rochester has a somewhat aggressive power play as, Buck is hobbling to the bench as Chaska nearly scores there with a cross-crease pass that just went wide. There's Lavelle on the blue line. Bronson, he walks. Power play expiring. That's blocked. Lavelle keeps it in the zone, though. Bronson was back to avoid the breakaway had that happened. Here's McDonald. McDonald, he's upended. And we're going to have another power play. I'm going to go with kneeing or tripping here. As the man himself, Anderson plays the famous slap shot goalie, telling us what a power play or a penalty is. Chaska back to the power play. Their fourth opportunity tonight. Chaska's been all over Rochester this period. Magnuson, he looks. Gives to Benz. Benz back down to Pitlick. This unit likes to pass the puck a lot before taking shots, as the other one just likes to shoot more. Kester comes out from his D spot on the power play to in the side of the corner as they look for one-timers from him. Barrett looking for that one-timer. He couldn't get that off. Instead, he gives to Kester. Kester over to Magnuson. Kester on the blue line. Benz as a sprawling block. And that was a nice play there by Carcel. And I think we're going to have a penalty here on Pitlick, a slash. Interesting call there. Or excuse me, on Benz. We'll skate 4-on-4 here for a minute 14 as Benz will go off for slashing. First 4-on-4 opportunity we've had tonight. Chaska's speed may come into key here on this 4-on-4. There's Bronson. Chaska's got two speedy guys up front. Kester surveys, doesn't find much that he likes, so he'll turn back to his zone and give it to his partner, Billy Bronson. Bronson doesn't say anything either. Kester, now he'll move up. Ice with it. Pitlick was offside. Surprised that was an onside play. As another, the pass was just too far ahead for Carcel. That could have been a breakaway. The drive just goes wide by Newman. Pitlick pokes. It's kept in the zone. And here comes Carcel, shot glove down by Urbansis. As Carcel stops right in front of the net. A couple errors by Chaska there almost led to a goal. But instead we don't have a goal. Starkey will toss it off the back wall to Magnuson. Magnuson gives to Lavelle. Lavelle stops. He's able to find Olmscheid through the legs of Anderson. Olmscheid loses it, but gathers. Makes a nice little move at the blue line. He'll work in wide behind the net. As the the penalty to Rochester is going to expire here. They are now at full strength. Chaska will skate short for the next 42 seconds. Last minute of play here in the second is that stretch pass does not work. Magnuson isn't able to get it all the way down the ice as it's thrown in deep by Carcel. It'll ring around and be stopped by Urbansis. Magnuson shakes off a hit and bounces up. Newman's got it. Magnuson puts a hit on Newman as they scrum on the wall. There's Lavelle. Lavelle puts a nice hit. Nope. Trips up. Oh, that puck almost came out of play. Magnuson gets it out as Smith will come to play it. Nice hit by McDonald as Rochester has numbers. Ran two at the blue line. Here comes Lavelle. Now back Chaska with the numbers. Benz after just coming out of the penalty box. Lavelle whiffs on the shot. It goes into the corner as it's thrown up into the protective netting by Carcel, who was tired, and he'll skate directly off. .3 seconds remaining here in this second period. Chaska with the 2-1 lead. Cuss can't find the pass. Pitlick, just a little bit too far from him as it's batted out. And that looks like it's going to take us shot wide, and that'll take us to the end of the period. Chaska with the lone goal here in the second period. Or 2 goals, in the second period. They lead 2-1. We will now go to break for the second intermission. There is Chuck a Puck, so we will be back a little bit longer than normal time. Thanks for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Colin Jacobson, along with my partner Taylor Hansen. You're watching Hawks Hockey on the Chaska Broadcast Network. Here we have the Rochester Lourdes coming back to the ice as we welcome you back for the third period here at Chaska Community Center. Here come the Hawks as well. After two, Chaska has a 2-1 lead over Rochester. No carryover penalties nor power plays here to go in the third. We are at full strength. And here we go to the battle to the finish. Once again, as I've said, if you're just joining us now, Rochester Lourdes and their away purple and yellows will Chaska Dons their home whites. Left to right across your TV screen as Kulix is dumping. Would not go. Bronson now fires down in off the hand of Kraling. Regardless, it'll go deep. Kraling throws behind his back to his defensive partner. Buck, who was hit by that shot earlier, is back on the ice. Starkey dumps it into the zone. There's Buck. Kulix knocks out that pass as it hits one of the Rochester players on the bench, and that'll be a face-off. 16:25 to go here in the third period. Barrett to Kester. Kester looks, he wanted to give it to Lavelle, but Lavelle was guarded. Here's Kester. Kester will squirt it out to Lavelle, who picks up speed. Lavelle in, shot, save, right onto the arm by Smith. Face off down here in the Rochester zone as it's won and taken behind Albrecht's net. That pass careened off the wall weird. Angst will go behind his net again and he'll ring it as it's too far for a changing Rochester player. Barrett to Kester to McDonald, back in his zone to Kester. Kester over to Lavelle on the blue line. He stops, tries to get to Pitlick, but that doesn't work out. Kester will send it back in deep. Chaska avoiding the offside penalty, getting back onside. As it's poked out to Pitlick. Pitlick around the sprawling Carcel, but the shot was blocked. Kester on the point. Saved by Smith as He makes that same gloving motion as he did early in the second period that cost him a goal. I'm surprised he went back to that rather than just catching it. (15:22) here. As it face-offs won just a little bit too aggressively, as it's too far ahead of Magnuson, so Chaska will have to go and regroup. Magnuson does get that pass back as he walks over the blue line and gets it in deep. He'll look to give it to Fletcher. Magnuson slips down on the wall. There's Thomas. As he finds Cuss. Save by Smith. Second try. Save again by Smith. As it's flipped out. But Magnuson keeps it in. Takes a hit. Comes over the blue line. Move at his own line. He's given away. Bronson now. Magnuson. The Bronson. Bronson behind his own net. Avoids Brumley. Thomas couldn't hold on as it sent it high off the glass, deep in his zone for an icing. That almost went into the Chaska bench. Fletcher not happy with himself right there. Carcel flips it out into the stands. Look out. We'll stay down in the Rochester zone. Above and Beyond Marketing. Do you get above and beyond service at a low price from your ad agency? Learn more. Visit aboveandbeyondmarketing.com. For all your vehicle sales and service needs, come to Lenz & Chevrolet Buick, a family-owned business proud to be serving the Chaska area for the past 39 years. Front of his own goal. Hoffbauer now has it. He attempts to pass it to Newman, and that's picked off. Kulix finds... Nice save by Smith as Kulix found Olmscheid breaking to the net, and Smith is there for the call. Like I said earlier, Smith's been very good tonight, keeping this a one-goal game, as that's blockered away into the corner by Urbansis. Kulix gives to... Starkey. Then that goes back into the zone as Chaska, avoiding the offsides, comes back. Hoffbauer tips it in, and they'll go off for a change. Kester in the air, too far for Benz, and that'll go for an icing. .36 to go here in the third period. Lavelle has it now as he tries to get it to Pitlick. He should have kept it. Scrummed with on the wall as it's turned down deep as Chaska retreats. Madison shimmies off Angst. There's McDonald with it as he curls back into his zone. Ooh. Scary pass there. Couldn't get to... Shot off the goalpost as it comes back out, and Magnuson gets away from trouble. A little bit of a defensive breakdown there by Chaska. They get lucky as the post saves them. Pitlick the other way. Goes on the break, stops. Loses it to Hickey, who gets to Curling. Back to Hickey, who throws it off the wall. Barrett shakes off the defender, loses the puck. Battles with on the line. Pitlick comes out with it. He'll go back in the zone, cuts wide, takes a slash there. There's a shot. Nice shot, scores! There's Lavelle again. A nice play there by Pitlick to drive wide and find Lavelle right in the slot as he puts it 5-hole on Smith and extends the Chaska lead. Lavelle's second goal of the game in his return tonight from suspension. There's Fletcher with it as he throws it in, catches his own pass off the boards, shoots it just wide. There's Smith. Fletcher will dump it in deep as Cuss is there in the corner for it. He tries to center. No one home. Oh, that was a weird play there, as it somehow finds Cuss in front and saved by Smith. It's thrown off the wall. Thomas gives a slash, but Carcel comes up and he shoots it wide over the goal. Centering pass goes to Bronson as he intercepts. And it's poked in by Carcel. Cuss's pass is a little bit too far for Thomas, and that'll go for an ice. $11:52 to go here in this third period at the Chaska Community Center. I'm Colin Jacobson along with my partner Taylor Hansen. Weird carom goes in front to Urbansis as he has to make the awkward save. It bounced off the stanchion behind the net, and that was a scare for Chaska, but Urbansis is there for it. Recently, there's been a lot more strange caroms on these boards that were put in a few years ago. Something that the home team Chaska maybe start being able to use to their advantage. We've got a 2-on-1 here. Kester with Kulix. He gives to Benz. Benz in the slot. Shot off the stick into the netting. And we'll have a face-off down in the Rochester zone. Olmscheid wins the draw back to Magnuson. Magnuson shakes off the defender, cuts to the middle. Shot! Oh, it just goes wide. That was a nice play by Magnuson as it's scrummed along the boards. Benz comes up with it as he tries to find Kulix. Benz regathers as Morris takes it now. Benz throws a stick on Morris. Here's Kulix. Kulix looks to avoid the hit. Puck squirts out to Magnuson as Hill dumped down in deep as Benz and Kulix run into each other at center ice. Kulix thought that was a Rochester player there. As the puck caroms again weird off the boards, and a shot is stopped by Smith up into the upper netting. Yeah, like I said, in the corners there's been some really odd caroms. At first it just started happening in the Chaska zone, but now it's happening all over the ice. Something the Chaska Community Center could pay attention to. Regardless, Brumley dumps in deep. He works on Magnuson, but Starkey comes away with the puck. A centering pass to McDonald. Gets him. Oh, Lavelle looking for the hat trick. Was not able to poke that ahead. He would have had a sure breakaway. Shot blocked there by Magnuson from Brumley. Here goes Pitlick. Pitlick. He's got some speed over the logo. He'll shake right. There's a hit thrown on by Albrecht down into the corner. Regardless, he gets it. Shoots up to the point. Shot tipped down by McDonald. Just goes wide of the net. Nice save by Smith. Barrett, a drive. That's blocked there by Adamson. First time we called his name tonight. Back up. Chaska's teeing off here. Shot goes wide off the tip by Pitlick. Barrett throws on the brakes. Gets up to Pitlick. Pitlick, a drive. Saved by Smith as he kicks it into the corner. Another one. It's blocked again. Pitlick shuffles over. Shot saved by Smith. Chaska keeps the puck here. Lavelle, the 2-goal scorer. Nice move. Shot. Tips up over the goaltender. Nice save by Smith there. Barrett again. Fakes the shot. Gives to Pitlick. Back to Barrett. Over to Lavelle. Lavelle looks. Shimmies. Into the front. Oh, McDonald looking for his first goal. Just tips it wide. Shot. Another save by Smith. Barrett will get it. Chaska with a lot of sustained pressure right now as he's bothered on the wall. And that is thrown down. That looks like it was tipped by Pitlick. That won't go for an ice. Lucky break there for Rochester. Bronson. There's Thomas. Thomas takes a knee. And we're going to have a penalty here against Hoffbauer. He doesn't like that call. Hoffbauer stuck out the knee when Thomas escaped around him. So Chaska will be on its 5th power play of the evening. We'll wait for the official announcement of the call. Just throwing the length of the ice in the meantime. Here we go. A trip. Most of the time, knees will go for trips if they're not that blatant. Pitlick, his centering pass to Kester. Kester couldn't collect that. As Newman will throw it all the way down the length of the ice. Urbansis has to come play it. Here comes Kester. Gives to Magnuson. Magnuson back to Kester. Kester wide. Nice little move. In score! Mike Kester doing what he does perfectly. Shimmies around a defender and cuts to the center of the net, and he puts Chaska up 4-1. It did not take long on that power play. Mike Kester, the University of Minnesota commit. Eye-opening plays like that every game from him. As Mike has an astonishing 24 assists on the season. That's his 10th goal. That Chaska goal forces Rochester to take a timeout frantically here. Now down 4-1 with 8:19 to go in the third period. They need something. I assume Coach Snuggerud's telling his team not to give up or not to stop right now and keep down the gas pedal. As I'm sure this Rochester team really just needed a breather before that goal. Chaska firing on all cylinders, shot after shot after shot. When you're a coach of a team down 4-1, you need to do something like that and hope it sparks momentum. Cuss wins the draw back to Starkey, who gives to Bronson. Back to Starkey. He catches it awkward. But gives it back to Bronson. Bronson will skate it. He dumps it deep in. Smith stops behind. Fletcher the first in. He throws a huge hit on Carcel. Fletcher doing what he loves to do the most. Big hits and penalties in this game, as he had one earlier. Albrick throws over. There's a nice little play there to get the puck to Morris. Morris is shot right into the glove of Urbansis. And Angst is down, complaining about something. I saw him go down as he intertwined with Thomas. He wanted a penalty, but that'll get him nothing. Here we go, 7:41 left in the third period. Chaska leads comfortably 4-1. Kester behind his goal, gives across to Olmscheid. Olmscheid's pass is tipped by Benz back down in the zone. There will be no ice as Kulix is the first to get there. Kulix gives to Kester a drive. It tips up and Smith is there to make that save. Puck stuck at the face-off circle, but Kraling will come out with it as he puts a spin move on Kulix. Kulix still bothering him. He elects to just throw it away. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I did not see Kramer right there. The little girl on the boards hit him. So that'll be an offside. Or, excuse me, a penalty on Kulix. Not sure, I didn't see it. I was more focused on Kramer right there. Chaska to the penalty kill. 7:09 to go here in the third period, leading 4-1. We'll wait for the call to find out what was done. Meanwhile, Shot's blocked off. Here we go. Here's Olmscheid. Olmscheid on a breakaway. Scores! Nice move to his backhand. He extends the lead on with a shorty. 5-1 Hawks. That may be the dagger right there. Olmscheid also back from suspension. He doesn't skip a heartbeat as he scores 2. There's Buck. Buck's pestered by Lavelle. Lavelle looking for his 3rd goal tonight. Is it stopped and dumped in by Magnuson? There's Swee behind his net. He dumps it over to Buck. Buck has it. Over to Angst. Angst across the red line. He works on Magnuson. He flips it in. Goes to collect it. He regathers. It's poked off his stick to Swee. Behind the goal, Morris. Loses to Kester. Kester shimmies over, loses it. Kester regathers, finds Lavelle. Lavelle stops on a dime. Back into his zone, gives to Magnuson. Lavelle will get it back again, taking off time on this penalty kill. He elects to try to stand at the length of the ice, which is gloved down there and gathered by Swee. Swee will dump it back into the Chaska zone. Kester chips it off the wall, nobody home, except for Kraling. Kraling a drive off the side of the net. It goes up. It's gloved down by Angst in front of the goal. Here comes Pitlick. Pitlick on Buck 1-on-1. Pitlick shot. Nice save to fight off that puck by Smith. And another one. Wow, oh my. That was a few great saves there by Smith. I know it's a 5-1 game, but Smith has been playing on his head tonight, making some amazing saves, as I've said over and over. The initial save was great, and that rebound opportunity, my oh my. His team owes him tonight for keeping this game not a blowout. Could easily be 10, 11, 12, 1 right now. Here we go, Carso with speed. Anderson deep into the Chaska zone. Carso on the wall. Chaska at full strength now. Kulik's, oh, he could have had a breakaway. Here's McDonald. McDonald in. Saved by Smith as he takes an extra slash. And McDonald's going to go as the Lourdes players do not like that. I think they're going to get a penalty now, too, as a retaliation on Kramer. Hofbauer. Hofbauer doesn't like that, but believe it or not, that was a retaliation penalty. Cross check. We'll stay at 5-on-5 here. A careless penalty taken there by Hofbauer, which cost his team a power play, down 5-1 with 5 minutes to go here. That's not what you'd like to see, especially from a captain. I understand you're protecting your goalie, but that was not smart. Here we go with the official announcement. So coincidental penalties, a slashing penalty on McDonald and a cross check on Hofbauer will keep us at 5-on-5. Icing nullified there. Kulix is bothered by Carso in the corners. He's hit. Kulix gives a nice little no thanks slash to Carso as Barrett settles down the puck and gives over to Starkey. Starkey to Barrett. Barrett goes on the Jets. He'll take it into the zone, cuts wide. Comes in front. Shot, score! Kulix extends the lead to 6-1. Nice play by Barrett to drive wide in a little backhand pass across ice as 2 pucks come out of the net. Some sorcery there by Chaska, expanding the puck total. No, puck must have been stuck in the net from a long time ago. This is the third period. I'm surprised it's still in there. Yeah, they already broke it. I don't think so. It was just a cross-crease pass. Anyway, it's a 6-1 game here. 4:11 to go here in the third period as Kulik scores. Bronson. And it's dumped in by Kuss. It's almost stopped by Smith as it goes into the corner. Trailing. Kuss goes in his zone. Chaska avoids the offside by coming back. Here's Kraling with it behind his own goal. Kuss on the point. Makes a nice move to shake past Buck. As it's back down in deep. Olmscheid behind the net loses it to Kraling. There's Buck. Nice play by Inks to dump it in deep as he goes in as Bronson retreats. Shakes off a hit there as gets it to Magnuson. Magnuson, the bends, shuffles it over to Bronson. There's Bronson now. He's got it in his own zone. He'll drop it to Magnuson. Magnuson finds Joe Lynch, the sophomore, seeing his first minutes of the evening with Chaska up 6-1. Pitlick in. Nice move to get past the guy. I imagine they're trying to look for Lavelle to get him the hat trick right now. Kester holds his own. Drops to Lavelle. Lavelle, the Kester shot saved by Smith. 2:50 to go here in the third period. Chaska leads comfortably 6-1 as the penalties now expire. Lynch centers it. Nobody was home. As Swee, the lone goal scorer for Rochester tonight, gets it. And it's dumped down in deep by Fitzpatrick. Pitlick with it on the wall now. Oh, he tries to find Lavelle breaking. Lavelle trying to score the third goal of the evening, a hat trick. There's Lynch. Lynch upends. Albrecht. As it's back now to Starkey. Starkey gives to Lynch. Lynch tried to find Kester. That didn't work. Lavelle regathers. He makes a move in his zone, loses it. Luckily, he came up with that to not give a mini break. Here comes Lavelle. Lavelle passes off to Pitlick, who had almost a breakaway there. But it's regathered by Rochester. It's kicked out. Starkey to Kester. Here comes Kester. Puck is stuck in the skates. It's a nice hit thrown on there by Starkey. Thomas comes to get the puck. Thomas, as it hops over Harkey's stick, down to Kester. Kester with it, sets up behind his own net, looking for options. He decides to skate it, and he'll go back around his net. He finds Pitlick, just a little bit too much steam on that. It's behind the Rochester net. It's taken. Nice move there by Anderson, and then a shot was thrown wide. Shot saved by Urbansis up into the protected netting. 51.5 seconds to go here in this third period. Chaska looks to skate to a 6-1 victory. Will become 10-6 on the season, and Rochester will fall to 5-9 on the season. Face-off one. Bronson slash. Wow, he broke ankles there. Hoffbauer went sliding after he threw on the brakes. It's thrown off the glass, just a little bit too ahead of Kulik's. Here's Buck. Buck whiffs on it. Initial one. Then he gets it back. Fletcher battles on the wall. Here's Buck. Buck, shot blocked by Bronson, and then it'll go into the netting. Fletcher comes barreling through the middle and gets that pass. Kulix, tried to go past Kraling, but Kraling gets it and dumps it in deep to Barrett with 15 seconds to go here in the third period. Barrett up ice. Nice move there. Barrett looks to find Kulix. Stretch pass didn't work. And that's touched by Fletcher, and that'll be an offside call with 5.9 to go here in the third period. As 3-2-1 and 6-1 is our final tonight. Chaska wins comfortably. Thank you for joining us once again. I'm Colin Jacobson for Taylor Hansen and entire Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Thank you and have a great night.